So, as we are now gearing towards WrestleMania here in Philly, well, for Kyle here in Philly, for us, it's like, it's next door.
Yeah.
One big aspect of WrestleMania weekend is the WWE Hall of Fame, where the best and the brightest of yesteryear and some current people get their time to shine and our respects are given to them. However, we do have our first entrant into the Hall of Fame, and I would dare say it's a respectable addition, but I would also say it's probably a little bit divisive. As it was shown earlier this week via Triple H's handle on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, he went ahead and said he's been a promoter, a manager, an executive, a wise man, and now a WWE Hall of Famer.
Wait, before you reveal his
Paul Heyman, but as always, it's best to let him say it himself with a live microphone in Philadelphia. So yes, Paul Heyman is your first inductee of the class of 2024, which, it being in Philadelphia, makes all the sense in the world. Now, the thing with a Hall of Fame induction is that usually a Hall of Fame induction is pretty much us saying, okay, you had your time in the past, we're putting you in the Hall of Fame now. And in some cases, when it's an actual active competitor, it's kind of like saying, this is the time you're going to take a break and run off into the sunset. Is it possible that this could have implications with the whole Bloodline storyline? If it is true, and Paul does take his sabbatical after being inducted?
I certainly think it's possible.
It's possible.
And I will say that Heyman being in the WWE Hall of Fame is a very long time coming, because let's put it this way, we haven't had a real good manager figure for a very long time until Paul Heyman really got involved again. Like whether it be Roman Reigns, whether it be Brock Lesnar, he definitely deserves a spot on the Mount Rushmore of amazing managers.
Which is very far and few between.
Exactly. Like he deserves to be in that same conversation as like Bobby the Brain Heenan or Paul Bearer or Mr. Fuji or all those legendary names. He is. It's been a long time coming. Someone's mic.
Well,
yeah. but yeah, so it's, and having it being done in Philly, I think that's a fantastic choice. So it's probably a combination of the culmination of the Bloodline at this WrestleMania combined with the location of Philadelphia, where ECW was huge.
Mm-hmm.
This is a perfect spot to induct him. Even though I do believe that he should have been inducted ages ago, given the situation, okay, this works.
Well, you almost have to wonder, would this be happening if Vince still had control?
Yeah, I think so. In like I said, in terms of the location, yes. And there's going to be you're going to get ECW chance regardless of what's going on, being that it's being held in Philadelphia. So the moment you see anyone involved with ECW, specifically Paul Heyman, you're going to get a massive amount of ECW chance. Without question.
Absolutely. Dang, any thoughts?
Yep.
Oh, the war. Oh, wow.
Try again.
Yeah, hold on. Jesus Christ.
Hey-oh.
Hello?
And this is why we record and we don't go live.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Yes.
Perfect. Now I will say, what in God?
Your microphone might be having a little bit too much gain, like I said, because when you were speaking, you were coming in like hot.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Is it better?
A bit.
Better?
Yes.
Okay. So, what I'm
Hold on. Let me try something. Now go.
So, okay, so it wasn't me. Okay, perfect. So, like I was saying,
Yeah. It's Ryan's mic.
Oh, the hell it is.
I literally just muted you, and the reverb stopped.
Well, maybe they could back away from the mic a little bit.
I am backed away from the mic.
His hair won't let him get close to the mic.
Exactly.
It's a buffer.
You're Ryan. It's you. I blame you.
Sure. Blame the Irish for everything. Yeah.
No.
Never the black people. No, it's always the Irish.
What?
But anyway.
Stupid.
That's going on TikTok. Okay.
Stupid.
Thoughts.
All right. So pretty much, I'm gonna say this. You him. Mute Ryan.
What?
Okay. So pretty much, I will say this: the Warriors has made it to the promised land in about darn time. I will congratulate Paul Heyman. It was the perfect time, perfect location. It's time for him to move on to the sunset if he decides to move on to the sunset, because you can still be a Hall of Famer and still be on television. You know that, right? As Jerry the King Law and Jim Ross. So that's all I have to say.
See, that's I don't know. It almost feels like there's still more that Paul can do. But I mean, once you become a Hall of Famer, you pretty much are like, all right, you don't gotta do shit no more. There are a few exceptions. Obviously, someone like Rey Mysterio, still an active combatant, but that's just because the masks sell well for the kids.
Is Triple H Hall of Fame?
DX.
Yeah, Triple H himself is not Hall of Fame, much like a good portion of the Attitude Era individually. That's all probably going to be coming in the next few years, especially now that Triple H gets in. You're probably going to see one specifically for X-Pac. You're probably going to see one specifically if they can arrange it for badass Billy Gunn or whichever version they want to go with.
They can still do that for him. Like, there ain't no separation with that.
Yeah, but I mean, with Paul, I mean, how can I put this? There truly is no one else like him in the whole of WWE right now. Not on Raw, not on SmackDown, not on NXT even.
He is head and shoulders above everyone else manager-wise. Head and shoulders.
Yes. I mean, who else would you even say is a manager in WWE right now, except maybe Paul Ellering with the Final Testament? And even then, I don't really see him doing much outside of Cross.
You mean Authors of Pain?
Right. But, I mean...
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you do have some managers, but they're all more like a... More...
Well, I mean,
more like a third wrestler than a
managers, but they're more like valets rather than managers. Like,
that's the word. Thank you.
Like Maxine Dupree, like she was really more of just like a centerpiece.
Yeah,
she never told Maximum Male Model to do anything,
Right.
and that's why she's getting booed in the wrestling ring, which she should not. But I understand it. So when Paul finally does retire, who takes his place? Who's the next big manager of wrestling?
CM Punk.
Could be. Honestly, I think that he would be a fantastic manager. Someone who could legit take a bump and get involved in the matches, though his main thing would still be mic work. And he wouldn't really be like being the main part of matches anymore. But he can still affect the match, he can still be involved, and he can take a bump from time to time. Can't really do that with Paul Heyman. So
No, but I
I
mean
think it's possible.
that is how I would want to see Paul go. I don't want to necessarily see him go simply because the bloodline is going to be taking its hiatus and he's in the Hall of Fame. I want an actual passing of the torch or passing of the mic, as it were.
You mean you want
We can
you want him to, you want something to happen to him like get encased in concrete like Paul Bearer's last appearance?
Undertaker, no!
No!
Oh no, Undertaker!
Oh no!
see when
That
you you sound like the Charlie the Unicorn characters. So
Charlie.
Charlie.
God damn it! He took my kidney.
but no, I would like to see CM Punk go ahead and actually take the mantle. But then that means you have to go ahead and set up some sort of an angle where Paul is involved, Punk is involved, especially Punk being in the OG Paul Heyman guy.
Well, also remember, when they get inducted, they're usually still involved for another year at least.
Right.
That's like the point of like the induction. It's like, all right, you bring them back for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. They're involved for the next few months, and then they basically disappear off TV when their role is done.
Correct.
Right, but unfortunately, we already know that Roman's probably going to take his siesta the minute he loses his belt at WrestleMania.
Good.
Yeah.
Let him take the break. He's already taken up. He's already not on TV as it is. So,
Right.
you know what? That won't be much of a difference. At least this time, we'll at least have a champion
that fights for the people.
Yeah, it's
Apparently, the sniper Kyle Krieger is also gunning for Paul Heyman's job of mic worker, shit heel promoter and manager.
You'd be surprised how many people said that I should join pro wrestling as a manager. You'd be surprised. But no, my anxiety would kick in far too much. But that's beside the point. It's Paul Heyman is right now the best manager in wrestling today.
Who, Ryan?
Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did I say Ryan? No, I said Paul Heyman.
I think you said Ryan.
Well, Ryan will be the best manager in wrestling today, sure. Why not? But
one day.
Heyman is the best. Heyman is the best manager in wrestling today. There really is no one else like him at the moment. And while I do agree that there should be a passing of the torch, and there probably will be, usually when that happens, like you start building someone up, and then something happens to him, and then he disappears off of TV forever, or he comes back, or Heyman comes back and becomes an announcer again.
He was a good announcer.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
He was really good.